I do. Hi, everybody. Woohoo! Here we are. Welcome. Happy Sunday to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving week to those in the United States. Happy Thanksgiving, Terri, and thank you for being here. Terry's going to talk a little bit about what she did last weekend in a minute or so. But I just wanted to say hello. I haven't been on since Tuesday, I guess. It's been that long. And it seems like a long, long time. Oh, Juno. Okay, I get you. Your birthday tomorrow. All right. Good. Happy birthday. That's fabulous. Yeah, it seems like it's been forever. But anyway, yesterday I spent the day decorating, doing a few things. I just have a meager Christmas tree up. But look what I found. I found the 2020 Santa Claus.
Oh my goodness.
I had this was made by some, I don't even know. I found it somewhere with a mask on. And I'm feeling like this is what we need to do again. And I'm no doctor, but Thanksgiving came and went, and you don't know how many people I have seen on Facebook and a few other places that said, "Oh dear, everybody in the family is not doing well because of you know what." I'm not going to say the word, but the variant. Well. Okay, so I'm going to say hi to a few folks here. And does anyone get a bunch of nuts and use a nutcracker? My mother always had a nutcracker. And do you have a nutcracker, Terri?
I do not, no.
You don't? It's fun. Actually, I have a nutcracker mostly because if people were eating lobster, they use nutcracker to do the claws and pull out the meat. Yeah. There you go, Earth Angel.
I have one for that, but I don't buy the
You
nuts.
could probably use it for nuts if you bought the nuts in a thing. Anyway, I want to say hi to everybody. And then I want Terri to tell us a little bit about it. Oh, you have some, your boys love doing it. Yeah, I bet they do. It's all old fashioned. So hi, Kiba, Craig, Viviani, Earth Angel, Karen, MJ, Viviani again. Hypnicity, it's good to see you, dear. Juno, whose birthday's tomorrow. And Lori Paradise. Hi, sweetie. Hi, Miss Charlotte. I think I got everybody that's here. MJ 420, Psychic Dummy. Hello. Oh, you collect Santa Clauses. I am a nut, Lori. You know I'm a nut. Yes, absolutely. T-Barb, how are you? And Samantha, it's good to see you. Yes, Lori is my best friend, and we are both nuts when we get together. We do all kinds of weirdness, and our kids used to say to us, "Are all families as weird as ours are, Mom? Ours and Lori's?" And I said, "Oh yes, all families have their own particular weirdness." So yeah. Anyway, Terri was away last week. We had Jean here, and Jean told us in the chat that you were at the MeWe in Linwood, and we did announce it for folks who live close by. And so tell us how it went.
Yeah, it went phenomenally.
Great.
It was a very large fair, and it was very well attended for being Linwood area. Mm-hmm. And I actually got booked every half an hour on the half an hour. I only took time out to go to the morning panel. And then I went into a room and read the room for an hour, much like what we do here. And oh my goodness, the readings were phenomenal. They were just mind-blowing. I do have to say that I think the veil is thinning, very, very, very fast, because I would say that every person I read for the whole thing was coming into their gifts, or either one or two. And I felt I actually spent a lot of time teaching like how to handle that, rather than I read a lot, but I taught a lot, but they were all just mind-blowing. And so I'm having a hard time figuring out which one should I say. But I think I want to talk to you about this one because it was really, really different.
Okay.
So a lady came up to me right after the panel, and she said, "Do you believe in God?" And I said, oh yeah, I believe in God. I can't do it without God,
Right, right. Uh-huh.
And, so we talked a little bit more, and she said, let's do it. And she came into my booth, and I was right against this sofa area, so it was so comfy. All I had to do is seat him on the sofa and turn around, and
Cool.
we had like our own little private booth practically.
Uh-huh.
She was about my age, but she was unbelievably beautiful. She must have been a runway model when she was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a fashion business. And what she wanted me to read on was love. She now wants love in her life. She wants a partner, and she wants to know if she's going to make her ultimate goal in her business. And for some reason, they kind of, it was halfway a reading and halfway a spiritual journey. I saw her on the stage. They put her right there in the middle of the stage, and then they surrounded her. And this is the first time I've ever seen this, with cherubim, the little baby angels, the really cute, chubby ones, and they were all over. And I'm just like, oh my God. I'm kind of like, snap out of it, Terri. You got to read her. You're not here just to enjoy the angels.
You could have fallen asleep with those angels, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh my God. And what they represented to me was love.
Yeah,
And
sure.
so I'll have to kind of shortcut it a little bit. But as they were hovering around her, a very large white angel came in, and I don't know the name of that angel. And they were carrying liquid. Always when somebody's going to get some sort of healing,
Mm-hmm.
it always involves some kind of liquid, it seems like. And they were bringing in this chalice, this silver chalice that looked just so ornate. It actually looked more like a vase to me almost. And they're like, we want her to have her partner as well, but she needs a tiny bit of healing in the love area.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, okay, so usually they show me a drop and they drop it on them, but this time the angel's holding this vase and they hand it to me. And I'm like, oh, okay, what am I supposed to dump this over her? What am I supposed to do?
Wow.
And they said, no, we want her to drink it. And I handed the vase to her, and she took the vase and she drank it. And it was full of silver, a kind of an oily silver liquid. And it took her a while to drink it. And as she was drinking it, my heart area just suddenly was aflame, so hot. And it went down into my abdomen, and then pretty soon I had to grab a card and start fanning like crazy.
Wow.
And she's just all blissed out in it. And finally, when she opens her eyes, they tell her more about what this is going to do, that it's going to trickle into her body just a little bit. It's going to take time to go in there, but it will help her with it. It'll open her to love. It will open her discernment, because she will be very attractive. Or she's already attractive, but she'll be very attracted to men, and
Yeah.
And then the oiliness will speed her towards love, but it will speed her towards her career goal too. So the whole thing fixed all of it. It was amazing, and it took me a long. I could kind of put my hands out and like feel her. I could feel that whatever that energy they were fixing, I could feel it too. And I could feel it on her, and I could feel it inside me. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, Psychic Dummy says, I'll take one of those, Terri, in a martini glass with 2 olives, please. From Alex said that. Yes. Yes. Thank you. I agree. I'll take one too. So my first thought, just listening to you and your story, was she was drinking it in. She was drinking it in. And that, of course, any liquid would be, like water, would be emotional, but also it was like a baptism for you. That's the other thing that I thought about. The thing with when they dump it is, more baptismal, but I don't know. This is just me. It doesn't mean that's true, but those are the things that came to my mind when you were explaining it, and it sounded so very cool.
I love
yeah,
what other people see too, because it's not just what I see.
I understand. Was she seeing some of these? She obviously was, if she was taking the chalice and drinking it.
I don't know if she completely saw it, but I talked to her in such a way. I talked to everybody in such a way, I want you to imagine standing here. I want you to imagine this,
Right. And so there's that connection, even in this huge group of people. It's just the two of you and your guides, obviously, and your angels that are.
Yeah.
Wow. So you, in effect, do reap the benefit of also what it is that you're giving, just by that energy exchange, by sitting across or whatever from this person. Wow.
Sometimes, but I've never felt it so
much
strong as that was like, I'm like, oh, like hot flash.
Really, it is. And so Melinda says that's an amazing experience. And Juno says, yes. Hi. I'm sorry. Juno had said, I love it when you tell your stories. That's great. Wow. That's just great. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. That's wonderful. So now I'm thinking that I want to go to the next one and maybe have a booth. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm ready for that, but it's like Jean had said last time, you just absolutely tune right in.
We could share, we could share one.
Okay. That might be good. Yeah, that might be really good, because then I'm not going right into the fire by myself.
But you should know that I advertise you at my booth. Everybody I read with, I have a whole list that people can take a picture of and go watch. So I already advertise you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like if you want to see it in action, go to.
I'll need to go and see it. I knew, and it will lift me up. And January is my, not the happiest time of the year for me. So I think I could probably use that lift at that point. But Miss Charlotte says, I've always felt Terri reads more into the people she reads, like multiple lifetimes at one time. I agree with you, Miss Charlotte. Yes. Both Terri and Jean are just amazing readers. Every Sunday, I just get gobsmacked by the things that they have. And I hope you'll have the opportunity to. Terri's going to try to do some more lives. And I hope she does. And I want you all to go over in Kigaru's Spiritual Journeys. The information is in the chat if you're not already connected there. She's just growing and growing and growing exponentially. So that's fabulous. Thank you, Terri. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, wow. Okay. Let me see what I got. I think I got this one. I'm almost caught up here. All right. I have enough time for one more. I said I'd take 10, and I have 9. And I'll tell you the 9 that I have. I have Juno and Craig and Patricia and Miss Charlotte, Hypnicity, Lisa, Viviani, Samantha, and Earth Angel. So if one more person would like to have a, that way I can close it. And unless I missed somebody, and tell me if I did. If I missed somebody here, let me look back. And yes, thank you all for being here, and all those who I did not say hello to because you came in later. All right, Vicky Howe, I gotcha. All right, okay. So I'm going to just put questions closed. Whoops. Thanks, Vicky. Okay. All right, thank you very much. Here we go. First one we have is the very close to being birthday girl, and she's going to be 29 again. I'm so happy for Juno. She would love a message either from spirit, guides, ascended masters, whoever wishes to offer her a message.
Well, Juno, I'm right by your house, like I always am. Whenever I read you, I'm standing outside of your house. And of course, it's Archangel Michael, because Michael stands outside your house all the time, protecting you. And he's just saying happy birthday. And instead of actually giving me like a message, he's actually giving me a feeling. I know this is Jean's area usually, but he's so happy that you are alive, that you are on this earth, that you are doing the work that you do. As I'm watching him, and it's like he's kind of cradling your house, like he's lifted it up, but I see this little crack of dawn light coming through, maybe between his fingers, but it's just like, okay, what is the dawn? The dawn is that you can expect a new kind of uplift to your powers, to your not your gifts, that you know, even though I know that you are very, very experienced, they're just showing that dawn is just saying there's more coming, more coming. Oh, kind of like a present. Yay.
Yeah, her friend Tilly is coming. That's her present.
Oh, that is lovely. Oh my God, you think she's gonna be rocking it out there.
They are. She's gonna live across the street. Think of the trouble they could get into.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so thank you, Michael. Thank you.
Let me see here, Juno. All right. I just want to make sure about this particular card I just pulled. Hang on. I pulled the fox, and the fox is a talisman that represents the protective powers. It's a helpful symbol for you to manifest more good luck, protection, fun, or beauty in your life. And that's just what's coming to you. You've been sending Archangel Michael to assist her in her move from Indiana. Oh, that's great. Well, Michael's been around you and her then. So yeah, so you heard the fox came in first. And look at this. It's the explorer. Actually, what that is like a submersive hat that they wear when they go diving, or used to anyway. And there's a compass there. Your compass is ready to explore. And I'm thinking with Tilly, of course. And you are rising up out of the depths of any kind of issues that you've been going through this pandemic and the neighbors and all that junkerino. You're rising up, girlfriend. Sometimes you may feel a little bit of uncertainty, but when that happens, retreat to solitude and just take care of yourself. Go back inside and just, ask for help, ask for whatever it is. And yes, I agree that her coming there will transform your life in lots of ways. And you deserve it, my dear. You deserve it. It's so nice that your friend is going to be living so close to you. And all I can think of is the shenanigans that all of you, the two of you, will get into. And it will be so much fun. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm hoping when I come to Arizona in May to see Linda G, because I'm going to Sedona to see Linda G, that I might be able to see a few others of you that live there in Arizona and just connect and share the love. So, hi, Jean. Hi, Jean, dear. It's good to see you. Hi, Rose Almazan. Very nice. Very nice. Nice to see you, Jean. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Yeah. Terri told us a really, really cool story. You'll have to go back and listen to the beginning. But anyway, maybe you've already told her. I don't know. Have you told Jean that story?
That story.
You have told Jean, of course, because you and Jean really are like two peas in a pod, I would say. You're so connected to each other that you're learning, your higher selves are spending a lot of time working together. Yeah.
She's the only person that I
Feel that
know
way?
of
Yeah.
right now that I can
Yeah.
co-read with. Like we can
Uh-huh.
go on a journey together and see what each other are seeing.
That's
And
fabulous. There's your
yeah.
connection. Wow. I'm going to jump in here and say if we could just have a few prayers and love sent to Kelly. She had to cancel her live with Terri today. I guess that would be Terri Lee. I'm thinking it's not you.
I'm
Right?
her at 12, so
Oh,
it's me.
oh, you were? Oh, it's you. Okay. I'm sorry. She says she's going back to bed, so she's got the flu back again. Yeah. So she's not going to. Anyway, we send her lots of love and healing and hope she feels better. Yeah. She had one R in your name, so that's why I thought it was Terri Lee.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Okay. Love sent Terri to you, Kelly. We have Mr. Craig Dixon. I wonder who he is. He's a new guy. He sometimes goes through Gallup. Is there a hotel there named El Rancho Hotel? Must be haunted, is what he wanted to know. Is the El Rancho Hotel?
Me to go find out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go find out, I guess. Yeah.
Is it Gallup, New Mexico? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's up in the very top part of New Mexico. It's actually on Route 66.
Oh, how cool.
I know.
So once I tuned into your spirit, then because this is not really so much a reading about you, I asked my angels and spirit guides to find out.
Okay.
And immediately they kind of showed me a doorway, kind of like what I might imagine this hotel looks like. And they said, well, of course. And they said, but yet it's not bad. It's not like this is dark energy there, or I'm kind of hearing now, we like to entertain people too. If we didn't put these kind of things out once in a while, people wouldn't think about spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
It allows them to question. It allows them to say, hey, could this be true? What else would be true if that's true? So it is a way of talking to people. I do see, though, that if people that stay there are super, super sensitive, like they're empaths or something, they could pick up other stuff as well that may not be as healthy for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see it as a bad place. I just see that it's kind of a happy place where that they can entertain themselves and entertain humans, get people thinking about.
It's not necessarily like somebody got murdered and they're haunting the place. It's more like the energies of the folks that spent time there. And he says it also, there's a lot of Westerns shot there. So yeah, there must be some really cool energy there. There must be. Yeah.
I feel like what I'm feeling like is somebody who does what I do has already kind of cleared it out of the darker energies. I feel like it's already been kind of cleared. Probably those spirits were sent back to the creator, and then they can come back if they want. I feel so. That's why I feel like it's more.
Yep.
I don't know how you can say this, touristy. Touristy. Yeah. There you go, Craig.
There you go. So Craig says John Wayne and Errol Flynn and such were there. And Melinda says she heard put on skits. So maybe people put skits on. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Craig, I got an interesting card. I pulled this card out, and this is what they wanted you to know. Remember that we are all together in this. So I'm getting that the spirits are saying, we're just different energies, but we're all together in this. In other words, we're there, but it's mostly our energy, and a lot of the memories and the things that have happened have linked you together with the stay at the El Rancho. Wow. You going to stay there again, Craig? No, that you wouldn't be, would you? Because I was thinking you were when you go to California, but that wouldn't be that far to stop for the night. So very cool. Well, thank you. Thank you, Craig. All right. Hello, Patricia Franzino. It's so nice to see you. She's working with a spiritual healer named Josh. How will this be for me releasing what no longer serves me? That's great, Patricia. I'm glad to hear it. We'll take a look. I think we all could use release of something that no longer serves us.
Oh yeah, you're on your journey. You are doing it right. So on my stage, because I see a stage, and this is something a little bit left over from the weekend, where I see your life path kind of laid out on the stage like great big puzzle pieces. So the floor of the stage is like a landscape of your life, like a puzzle piece. But this is where it's very different than what I saw this weekend. You are up in the air. You are on this slightly whitish, goldish, yellowish Gulf Stream, I don't know, wind or something. And so you are, what it's saying to me is you are on your way. You are now on your path. You're going where you're supposed to go. They're helping you. Mm-hmm. And the colors that they're showing me really says that you are doing exactly what you need to do. That the white that I see, the silvery white, and definitely the gold and the yellow is like you're doing heart work. You're really working on that. But I see you gliding effortlessly. And like, I'm sure as you're working through some of the things, you're probably fighting it a little bit, but they're showing me that you just overall, the picture they're showing is that you are doing the work and that it is nearly effortless.
She is a dancer. And when you said gliding, I just imagined this is another dance for her. She's doing the work to learn a new dance. Metaphorically. Yeah, it's beautiful. All right, I have this Hello Winter Oracle that I'm using for the first time. And I got here, perfect timing for you, Patricia, to take the action you're taking right now. And then it says that this is a growth opportunity, and the challenges that you have will help you learn and how to release anything that might come up later as well, not just from the past. So it says here that you're wrapping things up eventually, that you are close to finishing, but it may be that you want to continue. Maybe you want to ask him to help you with other things. So, but this particular thing looks like it's close to being finished, and he's helping you find the direction, and you're being shown the way. I think every single one of these is a positive card, and it certainly shows that you are moving in the right direction, and the timing is right for you to succeed. So that's great. I'm glad you found somebody, Patricia, that can help you with that. That's wonderful. All right. We have Miss Charlotte, and her doggie is a sweetheart. She just happened to have a flash on it, and so it looks kind of demonic there, but no, we know dogs aren't like that. Which reminds me, everybody, I have my baby Shih Tzu has been home for the last few days, and she has diarrhea, and she's not toilet trained anyway, and oh my God, what a nightmare. Anyway, had to put a diaper on her today. But in lieu of that, let's go into You've heard a lot of astrologists say good things are coming for all in March 2023. What do we see? I've got something to say about that, but I'm going to let Terri talk first.
Well, I have to say from my readings this weekend, I just saw super good things coming. I mean, it just seemed like a very light time from December all the way to March. Somebody had wanted me to read that, and it just does seem like we get a coach for a little while. I mean, that's probably not the best word in the world, but it's like we've been through some really rough times.
Yeah.
In fact, those rough times like kind of ended on the 18th, and thank God, because the 19th was my fair, you know. And,
okay. There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Jupiter went direct then or something, didn't it? Didn't it go direct? I think it did.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's something like that. I am not into astrology. I barely can understand it, but let me tune into Miss Charlotte.
Okay.
Oh, right away. Right away, they're showing me this time period. They're showing me you, and they have you baking bread, baking gingerbread, baking cookie, and all this baking is going on. They're joyfully doing it. Now, they're not saying you're going to bake. That's not what they're saying. What that means to me is just a joyful time, and bread rises and leavens, and so it is a time for you to grow. It is a time for you to rest. We have to rest the bread before the yeast rises, and it's going to be a great time for you. And if all that bread baking means something to you, let us know.
Yeah, it could be metaphoric as well, but yeah, bread has to be mixed together. It has to set and rise, like you say, before you can do anything with it. She says it sounds like time for abundance. That's what that means to her. Yeah. Rose Amazon says it's like a time of comfort. Yes, because bread can be very comforting. Yes. Hello, Chrome Zone. Nice to see you. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so let me tell you, the first thing that happened was when Jack Smith, and I don't really want to talk too much about politics here, but when Jack Smith was given the job to do the work in the Justice Department, I thought to myself, he's going to probably be done in January, and all the indictments will come through by March. That was my first thought. I'm not a, hugely psychic person, but that's kind of where I went with that energy. And then, of course, that would make a lot of us a lot happier. And I think that by hosting a Nazi sympathizer for Thanksgiving, that he was not too smart with what he did. So the former guy. So anyway, that's all I want to say about that, because I don't want to make this about politics, but I got a feeling that this Jack Smith guy is a real great guy, and I really feel happy with it. I do get here fortune, like the Wheel of Fortune is coming for us. It says brother, and that's another reason why I felt comfortable with this. I don't know if I'm feeling like Jack Smith has brother energy because he's such a great guy and people feel very close to him. But the other thing I get is, what's that, Terri?
On that last card, look at the light he's holding.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Wow. It's like he's going to shine a light on the situation. Absolutely. Yep. The next one I got is a dreamer. So we can dream of things to come and know that perhaps by March, it doesn't mean everything always goes completely away, but it's nice to have some relief. And I think that this winter could be a tough winter for what, also with the flu out there. So I think that we need to keep saying to ourselves, March is coming, March is coming. We'll be going on a journey. And I love this. The Finder of Lost Things is the last card I got, which is the elephant. I'm just feeling like there's going to be things that are found underneath the cracks underneath that we've needed in order for things to succeed, let's say. So yeah, I think some of this has to do with the politics of what's going on, and it certainly has to do with the astrological aspects. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that all of us have some kind of good things coming to us by March. Maybe a tax refund. That would be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks, Miss Charlotte. Thank you, dear. All right. I got hypnicity, and I got to go back and look at some of the comments here. All right. She'd like any messages from her guides, please? Good, Juno.
Okay, so this vision is developing, but right away, after I kind of tuned into you, I see the Alps. I see a close-up of a very large mountain with snow on it, and I see you climbing. Let me see, what does this mean? What does this mean for synchronicity? Okay, this is interesting. So I see you climbing, and you're it's hard work. It's hard on you to do this. And sometimes I see that you are working harder than necessary. Yeah, Switzerland. Yeah, this is the area. And I see on a ledge above you, kind of in the snow, I see a huge angel, and he's reaching his hand down to help pull you up. So what I'm kind of getting from this is, as you are on your journey, watch out for those things that can help you. Don't foo-foo them away like I can do it on my own. I just gotta do it myself. Go ahead and relax and let some others help you a bit. Yeah, they want to help you a bit, and they want to make sure that this journey is not so solitary, it's not so alone. Because at first, when I first was kind of tuning into you again, I saw your dad with his hands on the shoulder, but then it just grew into this big alpine mountain, like a big up in the snow mountain. And so I think that's what they're saying. Don't be afraid to ask for help and to reach out for the help.
Wow. So hypnicity, I have time to shake things up. This is almost like a globe, a snow globe in a cup. It says, welcome changes will be coming to you. But some things will be closed for now. So if it doesn't work and you don't allow it to happen, if you're pushing too hard, you may find that it's closed for now, but it's not closed forever. But it says you are a smart cookie and that you know the truth. So you just know if it doesn't work yet, it's not time yet. That's all. But this is the greatest little message to add to this. You get to write your story any way you want. Remember that. You get to write your own story any way you want. And that's actually for everybody. We all get to do that. Yeah, we all do.
If I had to pick a theme for last weekend when I was reading people, it happened again and again. I almost think they had me say it in every reading. Your journey is your journey. Their journey is their journey. Just do your journey.
It's really hard, I think, for those of us who really want things to happen, and then we could see other people and it happens for them. And we're like, what about us? But let me tell you a quick story about my daughter. She says, I've been asking my guides for help hearing them. Keep going, sweetheart, but know when that there are some times that they won't do it. So my daughter Katie was here for Thanksgiving. She really is a metaphysical person, but she's a therapist. And so she's, got that thing going for her. She just started acupuncture. And she said that when she was left with all the needles in, and they leave the room, and it works on you, that her grandmother came to her and talked to her in the room. Mm-hmm. And that was her grandmother was like the person in her life, even more than me. Honestly, she just loved her. And so she thought that was so cool, and she enjoyed it so much. And she kept saying, well, she wasn't like visually. I said, it doesn't matter. I know what you mean. You heard her. She was there. So she went yesterday again, and her two friends that died very young, one was 36 and one was like 38, I think. And they've been dead for a little while. They both came in to her in the middle of, yeah, I know. Yeah. So I said, I talk about this stuff all the time on my channel, I said, I'm glad the veil has thinned, and I'm glad this works for you. And you're also you're a captive audience. The meridians are flowing in your body. And so I just thought it was awesome. Anyway.
How cool. Yeah. She's got it
Something
going
that
on.
She does have it going on. I was happy for her. Absolutely. I'm exhausted from dreaming of building a permaculture community for the arts. You've got it in your mind. And remember, think of it as already there. Use that as a tip. It already exists. It already exists. It's already there. And start making plans for what you have to do there. What is it that you have to do? You're going to have to get some office supplies, and you're going to have to, how are you going to advertise? And make those steps in your own dreaming world and in your daydreams. So, okay. Thank you, Hypnicity. All right, Lisa M. My son, Zach, would like to have a girlfriend or a best friend. Do you see him meeting someone? Well, the problem here, Lisa, is that we can't always go into energy of a third party. I mean, a second party in this case. We can read for you and your concern for Zach and how he feels, but we really can't read for Zach without his permission. So we'll do what we can. Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll go into your energy and try to see what you feel. And so,
yep.
Okay. This is a really interesting vision, and you might be part of having to figure out what this means, because it's going to mean something a little different to you. Right away, they put a horse on my stage. Not a pet pony size horse, so you're not completely all the way tall, 14 hand. And for some reason, I cannot recall the name of this color, but what I kind of heard or knew was calico pony. So it's a mostly white horse with patches of dark brown and patches of light palomino kind of, and so tri-colored horse. And I see that your son is sitting on this horse. Okay, tell me more about why he's sitting on this horse. Oh, now I'm kind of at a different perspective, and it's like I'm sitting with you in some bleachers. And you're watching your son ride this horse in an arena. So you're watching his performance. Okay. And of course, you're his rooting, you're rooting for everything good for your son. And let me just tune in a little bit to see what's going to happen. Tell me what's going to happen. That is so cool. So I see him direct the horse to the middle of the ring. The horse kind of rears up, and then it comes down, and then it goes into a bow, like it's bowing. And I do see a figure in front of it. So I believe somebody's coming his way.
Okay.
Yeah. And just remember, I'm kind of looking at the future, and that doesn't mean it's locked in stone.
Right.
People can make different decisions, but I do see him bowing to someone.
Yeah.
So a female figure.
Oh. Wow. So the first one I get is the surfer. I'm guessing, and then the next one is flow. So I'm seeing a surfer has to wait for the wave. But he also has to allow to let it flow in order to bring him into the sand, in from the ocean. So he's got to take his mind off of finding somebody. That's the hardest thing to do, but it kind of holds it back. Usually people find someone when they're not expecting to find them. But he's going through a growth period, and look at all the blossoms are blooming. This reminds me of your painted pony idea when you said that, even though it's not a horse, but it's
sometimes
it's
they're
colorful.
called painted ponies.
Yeah. This is what I got at the end. This king, which is him, will find his sunshine girl. The king will find his sunshine girl. So, again, we don't have time frames here. I will.
Chills everywhere.
I know, I got chills too. My daughter went through a period of dating maybe one person, and then they, had one date and then never again. And she did that until she was 35 years old. She never found anybody, and nobody ever, and then at 35, she found the person that she loves and is with, and she's been with for 10 years. But it took so long. She never thought she'd find anybody. And quite honestly, I was concerned for her. She didn't want to have children or anything. She isn't going to get married even, but she wanted a partner, and she finally found a partner. Sometimes it just takes that connection to happen, a one-time thing. So, Lisa, I hope Zach finds his sunshine girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Oops. Did I just do what I didn't want to do? All right. I'm going to put this one up. I don't know if Lise, did you have one up? Did you put something up? I think I might have let it go. Liese, that not Lisa, but Lise. If you did, let me know, please. Yep. Hi, Pierrette. All right. So, Viviani, any message from Spirit?
Okay, let's turn into Viviani.
Earth Angel, I have yours, yes. I've got Samantha, Earth Angel, Vicky Howell, Alice L, and maybe Steph R, if I can fit her in. Since Terri doesn't have another show today, maybe we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Viviani, I think so. They're showing me something on the stage. It's like I'm back in jolly old England, but in the the Roman paths run all the way through in the town that they moved, from one city to the other. And for some reason, I'm getting the feeling that I'm seeing a past life that I'm not seeing right now. So Viviani, let me just zoom in here and see what. I see you walking along the path. I see that it's winter, it's cold outside. I see a tiny bit of snow in the background, like on a hill. But as you are walking along the path, you're headed towards a town, but I see a big glow around you, a big golden glow as you're moving. And they're letting me know that you, in that lifetime, you were a healer or a spiritual advisor, somebody very important who helped people along the way. And your job was helping. And I think that you did things like sold vegetables in different towns, things like that. But what you really were doing was passing on healing to people, spiritual healing, physical healing. You were always well received, and nobody thought negatively of you. You know, because back then I think it was pretty easy to get into a whole lot of trouble. So why are you showing me this, Spirit? Why are you showing me this? They're kind of bringing me now back to your life. And again, they're showing me a path, but they're showing me this path's a little rockier for you. This path's a little harder. And they're saying, reach up, because I'm seeing your past life on top. I'm seeing your life right now. Each of them are going to the right for me. So that means the future, you're walking towards the future. And what they're saying is borrow, reach up and pull a little of that goodness, pull a little of that faith, pull a little of that healing energy for yourself first and for others second. Yeah, they're saying just metaphorically, just think about this idea in your head and just reach up and pull down a little bit of help for your path now. Of course, they're with you. Of course, they want you to succeed. I hope that means something more to you, but that's what I'm getting.
Wow. So, Viviani, you're grateful. I'm guessing you show a lot of gratitude, and your guides are really pleased with what you do, that you not only ask for their help, but when you get it, you remain grateful, and that's beautiful. They're saying that success is guaranteed for you if you just keep doing what you're doing, and I love that. There's a word on here. Oh, one of these little things here, one of these, it has a word, and it's real tiny, and it says wake. Wake. Yeah. So there's a couple of words that could be wake, of course, getting up. No, and it doesn't say you're woke. Thank goodness, because other people wouldn't like you to be woke, but you're awake and you're ready to receive. But also remember that there's a word called wake when you're on a boat and you're coming into shore. You want to be careful because you don't want your boat to have water come into it from the waves. So think about that. But it's asking you to just simply rise like a butterfly. Isn't that beautiful? And look at all the pink energy. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. But listen, guess what you are, girl? You're the Empress. You are the Empress. You command your own place. The Empress is the person that has all their own money and is very, very successful. And so there you go. There you go. I think those cards are marvelous. I wouldn't mind being the Empress.
Yeah.
You're welcome, dear. You're welcome. Thank you for your question. All right. I've got Samantha wondering if she could get a message from Spirit as well.
Samantha, this is really So I see your spirit guide on the stage. I'm only seeing one of them right now, but it's on the stage. And at first I was kind of looking from above, and now I'm kind of seeing them at the same level. And the spirit guide has a whiteboard and a couple other things hung up and he-ish is teaching and pointing out things, but the real message that he wants to get across is, see, it's simple. It's simple. Don't make it too hard. They're saying that they kind of sometimes want you to get out of your analytical mind, it seems like they're telling me you're more analytical, that you like to figure things out, and that's why they're showing it on the board for you, and that it's all very simple. And if that even you're able to winnow it down in your analytics, what you're going to come to is a simple conclusion. Choose love, choose spirit, choose to rise. That's the other thing, and I'm not sure if it's because of the hummingbird on your icon, but I do keep seeing things rising, like flying, that they want you to let go of some of this analyticalness and allow the simpleness to flow.
Interesting. Wow. Okay. You need to return to being a bit of a dreamer. They're telling you, that's what you need to get into that mode. Not that you need to release the other mode, but you because we live in duality, and I got the duality card as well. It says that will bring you more joy at this point. If you do that, then living in the duality of the thinker. And that's exactly what you said, Terri. You said you got to get out of your head. You got to get out of your head. So yes, here's what I think, and I understand this because I have to be in my mind. I'm a Libra anyway, but I got to be in my mind because I teach, and I have to be able to remember things to talk about that are analytical or thinker, like a thinker. So for me to be the dreamer and to find my joy there is really hard, but you have to bust out of this duality idea. And it's it's not difficult to do if you think, just don't think of in terms of, and this is hard because what I'm going to say is hard because we live in the United States and we judge everything, even if we don't realize it. We either say it's good or bad, it's up or down, it's in or out, the dualities that we live in. Instead, just say it is what it is. It is what it is. We want to unify and not have that duality in our lives and spend a lot of time doing that. Oh, Vicki, I am too. Libra, Capricorn rising. That's what I am. Absolutely. Isn't that funny? So maybe that's part of why I do what I do. But Samantha, I agree. What Terri said was the best. You got to find your joy and move away from the duality and the thinking idea. I don't mean you can't do that, but you want to balance it. Balancing it is, and we have to remind ourselves. Yeah. Yep. Lise says, yes, in her view, rise like the butterflies and the hummingbird. And I just love that picture because I don't know if you can see it because you're on your phone, Terri, but the colors of the wings are all like rainbow colors and illuminated. I know they're beautiful.
I saw that. That's when I got close, because at first I thought it was a duck taking off when I'm this far away, and then I realized so beautiful. And
yeah, it is beautiful, just like that. Hypnicity is Samantha, my twin flame for the day, because this resonates with me. I think it could resonate with all of us, honestly. Yeah. Sometimes the guides come in or the messages come in that just for everyone. Yeah.
I want to say back to the story I told at the beginning about the lady drinking the silver substance. That is for anyone. And I had a friend recently that I told some of these stories, And she in her head went to a healing center that she knows about and took a droplet of gold liquid with her that I talk about. Sometimes people get these healings, the angels come in with gold liquid and heal. She took it with her in her head.
In her head, yeah.
And actually succeeded in healing her friend and making the friend feel better. And so, you can borrow any of this stuff. If this resonates with you, it's for you too.
It is. And we're all moving into that space where things happen really fast, or really changes happen really fast, and we are relearning programmed information that we had as just growing up and living our lives. We're relearning that, and we're trying to fix it, like the duality idea. We're trying to fix it and make it be part of our lives, just like the gratitude thing, like not saying I don't like this and that. It's all in the words and the thoughts and the ideas. So yeah, absolutely, Terri, I agree. Thank you. Earth Angel would like any message from Spirit. Good, Jan's Free. Hi, Jan's Free. It's good to see you. It is all connected. Yep.
Well, Earth Angel, this is very unusual. I feel like I've read you before, and I feel like I'm back in that reading. And in the reading, if that this is, it doesn't matter if it's you or not. In the reading, I'm asked about some animals, and I keep hearing, "What about that dog? Did she get the dog?" So if you recently got a dog within the last 9 months, I'd love to hear it in the comment, but they're like saying, "What about that dog? Did she take the dog? Did she keep the dog?" Okay, so let me try to tune in more to find out, what does this mean? What does this mean? I may be overinterpreting because I see you on my stage with a dog. The dog has a happy connection. This dog may be on the other side, but this dog was your spiritual companion. And it is overjoyed to see you again. It is just so full of joy. What does she say?
She has Toby, her dog, but he's not new. So maybe it is one that's on the other side.
Maybe, but I'm just seeing such joyousness from this dog because it's a spiritual companion.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Spirit, please tell me more about what does this mean for her. Okay, I'm also kind of, and when I say I'm hearing, it's really cognition, mind to mind, but it's the easiest way to talk about it. I'm hearing them say they want you to do more spiritual play. The joyousness of the dog is inviting you to play. So spiritually, I think that, one way you could do this is like meditate and even use like a cartoon picture that thrills you, or one of like cards like Ellie has some of these pretty cards, and use it to meditate, use it to jump off into the spirit and play, but that's what I think they're saying. They want more joyful play for you, especially spirit-wise. They want you to imagine, use that Jean and I often talk about this, the imagination portal. Imagination is a portal to spirit. It's how we see these things. They're inviting you to play, to open the imagination portal by using something playful to either imagine or read or look at. So don't be too fearful about that, but just go ahead and joyful play.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So I just pulled this and it says failure isn't fatal and success isn't final. Keep going. So, there really is no such thing as failure. It's just an attempt. It's just an attempt. We tend to say, I don't want to do that because I might fail. Oh, did you learn anything? And there's a game you can play. And what if? So if you say, well, I don't want to do this because of this. Well, what if this, and go through that and try to, what's the worst thing that could happen, in other words? Okay. But I do get soulfulness. You're very soulfulness in your heart chakra. Look at the way that the expansion of the upper part is. I get the king, but I'm getting the king in a different way. I'm getting that your soulfulness is king. It reigns over you. And so you are that person that has the free reign of, you're the king of your castle, so to speak. New beginnings coming your way, maybe for the new year, an opportunity will come up. And I got the mother card. I don't know if you are a mom or your mom is still alive, but mother also can be somebody or yourself that takes care of yourself. My mother has been gone so long, but when I get sick, I imagine what she would do for me. And so, she'd say, drink more water, do this, do that. So we can mother ourselves in that way from the memories that we have. So, wow. Yeah. And then what? All right. Thank you, Earth Angel. Vicki Howell would like a message, please, from her guides.
Okay. My heart to Vicki.
And we've got two after this, everybody. We're staying a little later because Terri is not going to be on another show today. So give us a little bit more time.
Wow. So the stage is at night. There is a campfire on my stage, and you are sitting along in the campfire. You're around the campfire. There is a shaman on the other side of you teaching you. I see other spirit guides around you, almost like dancing by the fire. This is very Native American looking. And I feel like you're in time of learning and that your spirit guides are teaching you that so I believe they're showing me this shaman wise to remind me. So one of my guides is a shaman, and the shaman doesn't speak to me. He never talks to me with words. He guides me, and I follow him, and I mimic what he does. And so I believe they're telling me, reminding me of that, to remind you that this is not if you're not seeing this, you are still doing this, whether you're doing it in your sleep, doing it on the spiritual side, you are learning. And Ooh, so they suddenly burnt up 2 words, sent them right up through the fire: trust and courage. Trust and courage. You have to have a lot of trust. You have to have a lot of courage to do this. Yeah, so you have a season of learning, and I feel like this season of learning is until March. You have a season
Okay.
of learning. Okay.
All right. Well, this learning here is successful, and you will be a teacher. Now, don't get me wrong. Maybe you already are a teacher, but you may be teaching other people more about your growth that you go through. Or you could be a teacher. I don't know. But all of us actually would say, even Linda G, who poo-pooed the idea of ever going on, on YouTube, and I can't do that. I don't have that a kind of comfort or whatever. And then there she is. There's a lot of people like that. The world is ready for you. The world is your oyster. And look at it's crowning you. So you could be a teacher online, let's say, or maybe have a YouTube channel. And it's your gentleness that stands out. People like you because you're a gentle soul and you're very kind, and they feel that from you. And that will bring you so much joy. Oh my goodness. Look at all the joy. Think about it anyway. Think about it. Yeah, I know. Oh, your gosh is right. And yeah, I think that, it may be one form. It may take a form that you're not aware of right now, but be open to it. Yeah. Fabulous. Fabulous. All right. So Alice L wants a card. And I don't know if you have cards there, but I know you probably have messages anyway, Terri.
No, I do. I have returned to my little stage upstairs because I figured
Yeah.
I went downstairs because I thought, well, I'm trying to do it on my computer, and then the computer broke, and I realized recently I could just go back up to my pretty spot.
Yeah.
But I didn't bring any cards
That's okay.
with me here. So Alice, I'm just going to tune in if you don't mind and just
There you
see.
go.
I'm going to ask them, what is the most important thing for you to know today?
Message from spirit, she says. Yeah.
Alice, on my stage, it's all white going up into kind of pinks and reds, creamy. It's all creamy colors. And I see chains, big chains, and I see them broken. Maybe just for somebody breaks the chains. And I feel relief. Let's see, what else does this mean for us? They're giving you a choice. They're saying she can interpret this any way she wants. Whether you're interpreting it that some spiritual chains are broken for you, whether things holding back your life are broken, whether you want to apply it for somebody else and break the chains, that this is your choice on what you want to break. And I am not to interpret any farther than that, but that is your choice.
Okay. So Alice, I pulled 2 cards for you from 2 different decks. And the first card I got was act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. And I think this message is wonderful. Once again, it's a universal message. We don't always know that we make a difference because we don't always get that feedback from people. I'm always amazed if I get a email from a student after a class is over, how they were impacted by it And I usually get it from the person I least expect. It's not the person that's, that's been verbal, and that's the quiet people. So you do make a difference. It's very, very important that you know that. And I'm wondering if you are an artist, because I think that maybe this is a way for you to channel. And I don't know. I'm not here to interpret what Terri said, but you could break a chain and release your creativity. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But that may not be something that you want to do. Oh, you're welcome, Alice. We all do need the message. Absolutely. We all are important to everybody, and everything that we do, is we just don't realize it. Oh, good. You have creative ideas. Do them, girlfriend. Yeah, do them. They're there for you. They're there for you to do. So, all right. Steph is starting a new job, and she's got a dog that's chasing a frisbee. That's what that picture is cute. I'm working against constant mistreatment from a narcissist boss. This should get me away. Am I safe and back to success, which is my way? I'm going to tell you right now, if you know this man or woman is a narcissist, they will never change. There's nothing you can do that would make them change. They don't even know they are, for the most part. My feeling is, if you want to put up with this person, I wouldn't, but that's just my initial reaction, because I've also had people like that, and I couldn't handle them. So I had to leave.
So I'm kind of misunderstanding the question. Is the narcissistic boss at the new job, or is the new job kind of running away from a former?
That's true. That's true. I'm not 100% sure of that either. I'm working against constant mistreatment. If she hasn't started that job, how would she know that was a narcissist? So, Steph, if you could clear that up.
A new job, and she wants to make sure this isn't going to follow her.
I get it.
That's what I'm going to read and tell you.
Fine. That's fine. Oh, okay. You're waiting to retire. Okay.
So I see this just kind of this colorful landscape on my stage. It's completely diffuse and nothing, so I'm just kind of getting knowings. And I'm feeling like they're showing me that you have some empathic qualities. Mm-hmm. And remember, empaths are candy to narcissists. They love them.
They do. Yep.
So let me tune in a little more deeply to see what this means, what it means for you. I feel like the stratus of color that I'm seeing is that you are going to finish your way to retirement successfully. You're not going to be driven off by this. But I feel like you're going to find some boundaries. Even if the narcissistic boss is not in this particular job, you will still need boundaries, because you will attract them a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. What's going on here?
Okay. She says she has empathic strengths. Still, you're candy to this person. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah. You're candy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, this is going to be so cool. They're showing me that vase I talked about again, that goblet of this oily, silvery liquid.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just showing it to me, and I'm seeing it. And they put in a little dropper, like to dispense medicine, and they're filling the dropper all the way, because I don't think you need to drink this because that you're closer to the end. And I see them dripping the oily silver liquid on you. So this is a healing, and I usually they instruct me to ask you whether you accept the healing. So even though it's a tiny bit late, because I saw them drip it on you already, like, please reply yes or no whether you accept the healing. And if you would watch out for that Allie, if
I
she
will. I will.
yes or no.
Yeah.
And what it's
If
going
you want
to
that stuff, yeah.
what this is going to do is it's going to, come into your etheric body, and it is going to speed your path towards retirement, successfully completing this job. And it's going to protect you and heal you in ways that going to heal you in different ways.
Yes, she accepts the healing. Yep.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. And what this is going to do, it's weird. This is showing me like a hard, like they're putting like a silver cap on, like ice or something. It's a form of protection. So if there are narcissists around you, they're not going to be able to get to you very easy.
There you go. Everybody wants to accept that healing. I'm seeing it in the chat. Yeah. If you feel it resonates, then you should. Yeah.
And so this is winging. This is sliding you in your journey, protecting you. What else is it? Is there anything else that she needs to know about this? I see you kind of on your back, just like with your arms out, like accepting it, just drinking all that little drops in. It's just kind of going through your third eye and just flooding your body.
Awesome.
I just get the feeling that they're going to put words in your mouth when that you need to protect yourself from somebody, that you're going to be able to somehow come up with the perfect one-line
retort. Good for you.
Like, I would love to do that, but I have X, Y, and Z to do. Or just they're somehow going to guide your tongue to know what to say and what to do.
There you go.
I want this healing too.
I know. Well, we can all accept it if we want. The drops from the silver goblet, and to help us in the areas that we all might need a little bit more healing in our lives. So it's beautiful. Okay. Here's my reading. There's something that you need to dig deeper. It says there's more for you to learn. And I don't think of that as a bad thing. We come to the point in our life where we think, well, we don't have to. Oh, she said that was a relief. That's good stuff. But we come to the point in our lives where we think we don't have to learn anything else because, but knowledge is one of those things that you need to continue to do. So this is trying to teach you a lesson. I'm getting from what you say here. You say she and my mother are the same, that your mother was a narcissist and your boss is a narcissist. And so you found your mother there. And I'm sorry for you. I am. That's awful. To have to deal with it in this life, early life, and then later in waiting to retire. It says, though, that you have abundance and what you need is on the way. I don't know when you're going to retire, but it looks like you have something coming. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Juno. You do wear different hats. You play several roles, it looks like, at work. And so there are people that need you, but they need you so much there. And yet she pushes you away. Yeah. Is it forgiveness? Yeah.
That's very capable. Very, very capable.
Yeah. Take action now. Forgive those people. You don't, because you get that, they don't benefit from you being mad at them. You benefit from forgiving them because if you're carrying the anger and that is hurting you more than them. That's not hurting them at all. So God bless you, Steph. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So Susa, I think, is over in Germany. So I said, okay, you'll take your question, because she'd like a message from Spirit. And we have one more, Rose Flower. I will give you a reading, but after that, we can't. Oh, your students, Steph. Okay.
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 Susa, as I kind of tune into your energy, I see my spirit guides for some reason on the edge of the stage, and they are streaming. Remember that stream I saw in another person's reading? They are streaming red and brown wrapped candy bars to you. They're streaming candy at you.
Wow.
What does this mean? What, I mean, is this really candy? Is this, and they're saying she needs sweetness in her life, sweetness. And we are going to be sending sweetness to her. So I don't believe they're saying go eat all the chocolate in the world. I don't believe they're actually saying that.
Oh, come on.
It's the holidays. You can eat some chocolate. They're just sending you sweetness. They want to lighten you up. They want to lighten your burdens. They want to lighten your soul. So they're saying during this holiday period, they want you to look for the miracles. There's going to be miracles all around you. And the miracles could be small. They could be huge. I really don't know, but I think that what they're going to do is, by sending you this sweetness, filling you with the sweetness and the lightness, you're going to notice these miracles. You're going to notice that suddenly there's a line of people and you're trying, a huge queue, and suddenly you're pulled out of the queue to go to the front of the line or something. I mean, just like these miracles are going to happen. So just little ones that will tell you that your guides are with you. They care about you. They care about your growth. They care about your spiritualness. So that's sweet.
Very cool. You've had a hard time and you really miss sweetness and the lightweight feeling. So yes, there you go, girl. Yeah, we all need that. We all need sweetness in our lives, and not just problems and illness or anything. I got a great card for you. It says, everything you need is inside you, waiting to emerge. Look at this. It's the chrysalis. It's the slug that becomes the butterfly. And so you are ready. It's inside you. And you are the princess of the borderland. I love this. I love this. I don't know which border. Are you on the border of Germany and somewhere else? I don't know. I just see, look at more butterflies.
Wow.
And dancing around the butterflies. And that's exactly what this one was. And it says, just have confidence in yourself. It's a confidence card, because you can do whatever it is you need to do, Sue. And, it's waiting for you, and it's inside you. And just remember and have the confidence that it will come to you in right timing. Beautiful.
Isn't that amazing? You had the chrysalis cards, and then you had the butterflies. Like
the butterflies all around the ballerina. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, Sue. I'm glad that you came in when you did, and that Terry didn't have another show to do, so we could stay a little while longer. This is our last read for today, and it is for Rose Flower. would like a message. Thanks everybody who's staying along. I know that it's we're into our second hour here, so I really love these cards. They're story cards. They tell a story. I love that.
You know, you are so point on today. Well, you
They're very good. Yeah, they're very good. Mm.
Boy, today is one for landscapes.
Okay.
Landscape on my stage, and it looks a little southwesterny. It's got the sun, it's kind of the sunset colors. She's again going towards the right, which is the future. And there's a little peak and just lots of nice, lovely kind of whites and yellows, pinks and reds, sandy colors. And she's going towards the future, but what she's really she's going towards her spiritual gifts. She's on this spiritual path, and she's walking. And they say, your guides say, why walk when you can fly? And they kind of just pick you up and start drifting you along this landscape. So I feel like they're kind of knocking at the door, wanting to talk to you a little bit more, wanting to set you flying, set you. Yeah, why walk when you can fly?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of got the same thing that you need to just, all these cards are kind of the same. The first one is solitude. You need to spend some time in solitude. It never hurts any of us to do that. And it gives you the opportunity to just be, not do. Okay. And it says here that you will do it at home. You're doing it at home is fine if you could find the time to do it. But look at all the love on a tree. Honestly, this tree is just full of hearts. And it says, you know, you have time at home for the solitude that you need, which will create the healing that will come. And look at it's winter. They're outside and they're cold, but there's a flower popping out of the snow. So it will still heal you. And winter is a good time for healing. And it says to meditate. And I just read something that said that we only use 10% of our brains for thinking. So we have 90% of our brain that doesn't do anything. So meditation works from that section. Yeah. And finally, the message I got from the other cards were shine your light, especially when it's dark. You need to shine your light, especially when it's dark, because you have beautiful light. You even picked a picture with beautiful light for your avatar. So shine it when it's dark. And if you think about it, when you hold up a light, it's like a lantern. You enlighten. But just holding space and holding light can be enough to give out to the universe in order to heal yourself and those around you. So, wow. Oh, thank you, Juno. Thank you, dear. I appreciate that. Well, that was fun, Terri. Thank you.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was so much fun to read for people.
Yes, it was. Yeah. And we got some really good healing for others who could feel that message was also meant for them. And I think that's why it's always great in order to do that, that people realize that, or anybody watching later can realize that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, JR, I did not know Maya was still ill. Okay. No, it isn't like her. JR is asking for us to pray for Maya. She is the Black Cat Tarot. And of course, I absolutely agree that You heard she was sick. She hasn't been active on socials. I know for a while that she was in the hospital and she was sending messages. I thought she went home, but absolutely. I just want to include her in my thoughts, our thoughts, in our prayers to uplift her, to enfold her, to embrace her, and send her lots of healing for the highest good of all concerned, and hopes and prayers that she will be better and come back to her channel. Wow. Thanks for letting us.
I immediately was shown a vision as you're praying.
Okay.
And Maya's, I just saw all this white water and she's floating, and we're all sending her healing, and she's just floating on a sea of healing.
Wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. And so it really does matter. Whenever two or more are gathered, you know, and we certainly have more than that here, and we're gathered. So Maya, JR, thank you for letting me know that. I appreciate it. I always try to do that for everybody who is in need of that. Prayers up. Sorry, Linda Thompson, we're on our way out. So next time, I promise, prayers up. Bye, everybody. Make it a good week. Check in with Terry's shows. She's going to be doing some on her channel, and she works with Jean as well. And check out her channel at Kigaru Spiritual Journeys, and the link is below.
Yeah.
Thank you, Terry.
Tomorrow at 2, I think 2-ish, 2 or 2:30, I'll be on with Jean and Joan. So you can go out there, and then you get a really rounded,
You do get a well-rounded reading. It's on Jean's channel, is it?
On Jean's channel, I think, yeah.
Sun Psychic Jean. That would be her channel. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Prayers up to all of you. God bless you all. I love you. Have a good week.